Hi everyone, my name's Tony and I've been dying to do a review on my Harley Davidson Sportster 48 that I bought about 10 months ago, and today's the first day I've been able to actually lock in some time to do that. So I bought the bike about 10 months ago. It's my pride and joy. Look, this review is really for anyone that's interested in buying this bike. You might be interested in getting a fat boy or a night rod or something of that nature. I went with the Sportster 48 because it's highly customizable. There's a massive culture around those kind of bikes. I'm interested in maybe even turning it into a cafe racer style setup, and I think just the bike looks fantastic when done properly. So I've put a lot of work, effort, time, and money into the bike and getting it to where it's at today. There's only a couple of little things that I need to do, which I'll take you through later on, to really polish the bike off the way I want. I've gone with a very black theme, so like a black ops theme, and there's a few more Roland Sands parts that I want to purchase and put on the bike. Oh, come here, Lola. Here's my little dog. Just decided to get into the video. I'm someone who has come from sports bikes, so I've had about 3 sports bikes in my time. The most recent one that I had that I decided to sell was the CBR 1000 Fireblade. It was actually in the Repsol colour scheme or Repsol edition. That was a fantastic bike. Never had any problems with it. Was very reliable. Was very user friendly. But I'm getting a bit older now, and I decided to go for the cruiser, and I suppose there's probably a little bit of a less chance that I'll kill myself on a Harley. For those of you that have ridden cruisers and sports bikes before, sports bikes are way too zippy. The power's just the torque curve is just ridiculous, and I was doing some ridiculous speeds, so I thought I better get rid of that and get a cruiser. But that doesn't mean that cruisers for someone who is scared of hurting themselves. These things are absolutely raw. These things are quick too, but the way the power comes on is a little bit more manageable, to be frank. So enough of the crap. Let's cut straight into the bike. Okay, so here we are. I made a slight change of plan, so we've actually landed somewhere near my house, funny enough. It doesn't look like it because I'm in the middle of Sydney. It actually looks like we're out in the country. Yeah, so might get a lapper a bit later. Let's have a look at the bike. Okay, so there we have it. There's my bike.
And to kick off, we'll probably start off at the front end. So in terms of front end, a lot of you would have noticed that compared with stock, I've actually removed the front fairing here. So I removed that because I think it gives a more custom look. If you look at that profile, it looks a lot cleaner. For those of you that do a bit of wet weather riding, I highly recommend not doing this, because in doing this, when you ride, you end up really wet. Like, I mean, all the rain ends up on your face. You end up with water up in here on the horn, down here. Some people get this front spoiler or guard, which is something else that I purchased. It's actually a Harley purchase. I think it looks okay, but you know, the water thing is a bit of a problem. So I don't really ride in the wet. I don't make a habit of it. So it looks good though. All it is 4 bolts underneath here, and it just pops off. Let me know what you think. Yeah, it's not for everyone, but I also spent hours and hours painting the Harley Davidson riding, which I think looks pretty cool. Okay. Left and right indicators I decided to lower. So they usually sit up here. That wasn't for me, I didn't like that. So I've dropped them. I've also smoked them. So you can't really see with the lighting, but you probably can. I've had them smoked out, which makes it a little bit nicer and fitting with the Black Ops theme. Look, I've left, for the video, I've actually left the front headlight. It's actually stock. What I have gone and done is and I'll get a photo of it. I've put I've got a Roland Sands headlight bezel that sits across the 5 1/4 inch. Pretty sure it's 5 1/4 inch front headlight, just to fit with the Black Ops theme. At the moment, the top ends of the forks, as you see, are chrome. I don't know, write some comments for me. Tell me what you think. I've actually got some Roland Sands covers for that sit nice and snug on here and make it all black. But let me know if you think I should do that or not. I'll show you this end of the bike. And now back to the front again. So, what was I going to show you? The rear view mirrors on the Sportster 48 actually came, in Australia anyway, came stock below the handlebar, which I love. I absolutely love that look. I think that sort of really makes the bike, to be honest. I think it makes it look really nice, especially when you're riding. Not for everyone, but you can also obviously have them above the handlebars or grips. Which brings me to that point, grips. These are actually Harley Davidson grips. Can't remember the name of them, but it'll be on their website. Very nice, feel very nice in the hand. Again, black, fitting with the theme. The grip on them is actually quite good. Some of these handlebar grips that you buy are very slippery and quite annoying. So I mean, I always ride with gloves, but yeah, if I ever find myself needing to ride bare hand, they're quite grippy. The actual bar itself, I think it's a 12 degree bend on the ends, so it's quite flat. When you buy the bike stock, the handlebars are slightly raised and they do radiate out, but they're quite high up and perched up. I didn't like that. I like the aggressive drag look. It does hunch your back over a little bit. I'll try and get a video of me riding this thing, but I like that it's a bit lower. It's quite nice, in my opinion anyway. Tell me if you think otherwise. Okay, so when I was in Thailand with the girlfriend, probably about 6 months ago, I actually found these stickers I've got a few other different types of stickers, but I found these stickers just in a little alleyway, and I've had them on there for 6 months, they haven't come off. But if you take that off, which I won't, but if you take that off, there's just a big hex sort of bolt there, which doesn't look too pretty. So, I mean, a few people have put beer caps and whatnot there. I thought that looked pretty cool, but I think that sort of adds a nice little effect. Haven't relocated the Speedo, but the Speedo is quite nice on these, I think, in that sort of standard location. So a lot of people put them here on the left side of the tank, but if I do my cafe racer style, you're kind of forced to do that. The petrol tank. Now the petrol tank comes with much debate when comparing all the Harleys, because this one has the lowest capacity. I think it's about 6 litres Australian. Look, it doesn't bother me because of the kind of riding that I do, but I think it adds a really nice, it's called a peanut tank. I think it really complements the design of the bike. I think it really gives a nice sort of, nice sort of curve to the bike. And I mean, it does good for me. I'm just a general commuter. I don't do massive long rides, but I probably get about 95 kilometers out of it. And I don't ride like a lunatic. Give it a squirt here and there, but not aggressively. I actually got from DK Customs in America, I actually got this 2.5 inch tank lift, and I installed that. It's a pretty easy install to actually just lift the tank. What's not easy, and does take a bit of time, but there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube, but a lot of people get rid of there's a bit of plastic that sits just here that kind of protrudes, that holds your coil and all of that. Got that removed. Got that removed because I didn't like that. And I actually wire tucked everything, so all the wires are tucked up right up in here. It took a few hours, but it actually polishes the bike off really nice. You do have a few wires still exposed, but I think it looks great. There are some Harleys that come with a plastic sheath that covers this, which is some of the wire cluster here, but I actually don't mind it exposed. It doesn't really bother. The rocker covers don't really sort of bother this. It's heat wrapped anyway, or whatever you call that, wire harness wrap, whatever. The next thing I did, so look, the tank lift's a must. You probably lose a little bit of mileage, but not much. The next thing I did, which I think is like the best thing I've done, again, tell me if you agree or disagree, but I got the rocker covers in black. These are actually from Harley, and I know you can get quite a few sort of Roland Sands, sort of sexier looking ones, but I actually just went with the sort of like denim, the denim wrinkle, I think it's called wrinkle black finish, and I think it looks hot. It just polishes off the theme really, really well. You get the lower and upper rocker cover. I left these things, forgot they're called, in chrome. I think having everything too black looks a bit silly, but got them, left them in chrome. That's how it comes standard. I did the Vance & Hines short staggered setup. So I did the air intake. Now when you get it from Harley, the Vance & Hines short staggered, it doesn't come with this cover. This cover's an aftermarket piece that I got. Can't remember where I got that, but it comes out and it's like a K&N style filter exposed, and you get in the inside here is a bit of a rain cover that you see. So when you purchase the package, it comes effectively with the pipes, which I think are quite nice. Comes with the pipes, comes with the air intake. So this all this intake manifold here. You get the power pack, which helps the when they're dyno, it helps you obviously do your air fuel ratio and whatnot. It comes with the installation if you get it all done. Look, it is very loud, and you'll see in a minute. Look, the video is not going to do it justice because you're never going to be able to get the real deal on the internet, but it's friggin' loud. Okay, and when I first got it, I was like, wow. I knew it was going to be loud, but I didn't think it was going to be that loud. Having said that though, look, I'm quite used to it, and what I really like about it is there's no idiots that are going to not hear you coming. That's for sure. But I think it fits the lines of the bike really nice. You still get the chrome tip, a bit of chrome here. It's kind of rusted unfortunately, but that's just because I leave it out in the rain like an idiot. And you get this nice sort of finish, matte black finish to the pipes. Here you've got your belt guard. I think it looks quite nice. There's a few different manufacturers who design different covers for the belt. I might remove it. Look, it's not obviously recommended because, you know, you're left with an exposed belt, and all you need is a bit of rock or whatever getting up underneath this belt, and you can sort of char this, and it's not a good idea. For the misses, I got pillion pegs installed when I first purchased the bike. Yeah, they do the job. Onto the rear, you can see now a few things you might not notice, but for those of you that pay attention to detail and know the stock bike, I actually got these covers. These are actually Harley. Covers a massive bolt that sits there. You can get one that sits here. That's my next purchase, just to get rid of that chrome sort of look. Look, the next thing I'll probably cover off is here are progressive suspension. I think these are 11-inch. They're actually, I think, 5 or so settings that you can actually adjust the bike to. This is probably its second lowest setting. You can see it sits nice and low. I had it lower than that, but I'll tell you what, if I wanted to keep my back in good condition, I was to change it, and I did that. So still sits quite low, but yeah, Progressive's actually a fantastic spring. I actually got the front lowered, I think it was a 1 or 2 inches, which actually really set the bike off nice. It sort of balances out the front rear end. So what else? Oh, the seat. Wow, the seat was probably my best purchase. This seat is a Roland Sands Solo Bob seat, I'm pretty sure. If it's not, I'll tell you what it is. But this seat's beautiful. It's so comfortable. I mean, it really is a joy to look at and also to ride with. A few people have ridden this bike, and a few people have you know, used spring seats and whatnot, but this seat is one of the most comfortable seats you'll ever get, and I think it just fits with the lines of the bike beautifully. Highly recommend that seat. It'll set you back, I think it was like $300 odd for Roland Sands, but I'll tell you what, they do some good stuff. That seat is beautiful. Also got a two-seater, not in Roland Sands, just the factory Harley. When the missus gets on the back, she doesn't get it on it often, but yeah, that's the bike. Okay, so you're probably really interested in what this thing sounds like, so let's fire her up. Whack it in neutral. All right, here we go. So there we have it. There's my Sportster 48. I'm gonna have this for a long time, hopefully, and you know, who knows, might get another bike as well, just to add to the collection. Thanks guys, please like, share, comment, give me any feedback you got.